D, welcome to Make It Weird. It is real talk with real people. None of those fake people stuff, none of those AI people. Can't have a conversation. I mean, you could have a conversation with them. It's just not going to be authentic and real. They're not going to be able to laugh and cry and do all that kind of stuff, are they? Uh, very small, it's a very simple concept of this show. No small talk, none. Don't want any of that. Call the number when I put it up on the board, and when I am talking to somebody, please do not call when somebody show a little respect to the person I'm talking to, because you don't want that to be you and someone beeping in all the time. I'm working on that. I'm working on that technical thing and how to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. That is going to include an announcement that I'm going to be giving here in a second, and of course, all kinds of other stuff I want to talk about. But this show is designed to make people feel a little bit uncomfortable at the start, just a little bit, you know. And hold on, let me get rid of this thing. There we go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and open up the chat. I want to talk to you people before I even get the show started today in the chat. Hello to everybody who's on YouTube. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see everybody who is on Twitch today and everybody who is joining us and on Facebook. So I'm going to let the people get here for just a few minutes, and then I'm going to start asking some questions to you guys because there's a few things that I'm concerned about with this show. First of all, I'm loving the show. There's no doubt about it. I am having so much fun. I woke up this morning going, yeah, I get to do this. Also, same thing with Chaos tonight. Going to be doing some Chaos tonight. Missed the Lex and Terry shows. We've been on vacation. So this definitely fills a lot of my void, my need to be, to talk or something like that. I have changed a couple things about the format of the show. Hello to everybody on Facebook. Hello to everybody again on YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to go into the chat right now because I have a question for you guys before the show even starts. Okay? The question is, who's the show for? Who do you think this show is for? I have been doing a lot of research on how to grow channels on YouTube. And one of the big thing is, what is your audience? Who is your audience? And I should know this stuff because of the Lex and Terry show. I should know all this type of stuff. But I would love to know who you think this show is for. Hello, Dookie. Good to see you. Hello, Allison. Nice to see you in the chat. So just go ahead and put in the chat who you think this show is for. Is it for people who want to be heard? Is it for people of a certain age? Is it for lonely people? Is it for people who like a nice challenge? I'm just throwing ideas out there for you guys. Who do you think this show is for? We've done about 8 episodes so far, I think. 8 or 9, I don't remember. All I know is it's fun. All I know is I'm having a real good time. So if you guys could write in the chat thing, please let me know who you think this show is for, and you know, I'm going to edit all this stuff out when the show gets posted. That's why I love doing the live show. What's up, Terry? Great show as always. Thank you very much, James. But what is the show? Who's it for? Who do you, if you were to describe this not even radio show, I don't even know what this is going to be. If you were to describe this to your friend, what would you say about this? That's what I'm looking for before we even get the whole thing going. And I do have an announcement that I need to make because of all the issues that I'm having with people trying to call while I'm already talking to somebody, not being able to get the phone line answered as fast as I can, not being able to, put up the graphics that I need to put up right away. There's a lot of visual stuff that I want to do with this. But, it's cool. It's cool. I've actually got a partner now. I've got a partner who's going to be helping out. His name is Jeff. I don't want to call him a producer, but he's going to be doing some behind the scenes stuff. And also you may even see him on camera here from time to time. So there's that as well. Let's see here. I would say it's the gayest show on earth. Well, thank you. You ought to know, Danny. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Hey, Terry, it's Ryan. I called and spoke with you about my father's passing. Hello, Ryan. I hope you're doing well. Not taking the calls just yet. I want to get all this other stuff out of the way. There's always going to be trolls in the, you know, in the live stream chat. There always will be. That's part of chat. People, I've learned that chat takes a life of its own, and I'm not offended by it. It doesn't bother me at all that kind of stuff. And you're listening to it, so what does that say about you? See, look at James getting all over you right there already. Thank you. It's I don't care what you think about it. I don't care what you think about me. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. I don't know why you would try to ruin it for other people. Oh, I know why. Because you're lonely and you don't really have a life of your own. Oh, I also know why. Because you've never tried to do something that's out of your comfort zone. The people that call this show, they are ready to get out of their comfort zone and have some fun. Let's see here. Missed the show. Can't wait to tell you're back. Well, wait until you're back. Okay, let's see here. I think the show is this is from Zach. I think the show really could work through their problems, even though I'm asking the questions. All right, I'm writing that down. Problems, solving problems, and I'm not the guy solving it. I think that we just have a talk, and problems are hopefully you feel better after the show. There's one thing that I'm going to be doing on today's show that's a little different. I have 3 different categories to choose from. I am only going to be asking 3 questions. Okay? That's important to me, just 3 questions. One category is power struggles. Is that backwards? I don't know how to write backwards, so this is one. That's one category is power struggles. Another category is cheerleader from hell, and another category is weird. And when you call the show, I'm going to let you pick one of those. And as soon as somebody picks it, the other one's gone. Now, one of the things that's going to be done that's differently is at the very least, one of these questions is going to be a little nasty. I love working through problems. I love having serious conversations, but you guys know me. I also love joking around a little bit. And I think this show deserves a little bit of humor from time to time. So that is going to be one of the, at least every show will have at least one. Sometimes every one will be, crazy. Sometimes just, 2 or whatever. But anyway, thank you. Lee's saying great categories. Thank you very much. Thank you, Danny. Gotcha. No, seriously. So we're going to get going. And one of the things that I am asking you to do is when you see this pop up on the screen, and I have a question for you right now. By the way, here's the categories: power struggles, weird, and cheerleader from hell. Those are the categories you can choose from. At least one of these is going to be dirty. So, get ready. Get ready to answer some questions. Okay. Should be pretty fun. And another one will be this: don't call now. I'm doing a thing. We don't want that. Don't call when you see this, please, because I'm already talking to somebody. This is a live show. I don't have a producer. I don't have anything. It's me and a cell phone, okay? Going through a board. That's all this is. And that's what I love so much about this. All right. So, are you guys ready to get going? Hello, by the way. Hi to everybody who is in the YouTube. Hi to everybody who is on Facebook. And hello to my new friends on Twitch. Twitch is a growing thing. And if all of you are on there, I guess you've probably already liked and subscribed. I would really appreciate it if you did, because this thing's it's starting to take off. It's starting to get a little bit of buzz. And I've been in this business a long time. And I know that when something is starting to catch hold, and this is definitely starting to catch hold. So here we go, guys. Excuse me. I got to take a cough here. Once again, we got 3 categories: cheerleader from hell, power struggles, and weird. You're going to be able to choose one of those. At least one of these is going to be a nasty question. At least one. But the bottom line is, where does that question end up taking us? I have no idea. You have no idea, but it's one of those. So go ahead and call that number if you're ready to answer one of these questions, and we'll have some fun. And I'll just kind of wait until it happens. And that's what I love about, this part, the live stuff. If you're joining us live, this is the real show. To me, this is what's the most fun. After this show gets edited and then posted on YouTube and turns into a podcast, I don't want anything to do with it anymore. I mean, it's fun that people get to watch it, and it's fun that it's edited to the way it's supposed to be edited for you guys. But yeah, that's it. So let's do this. Okay. Let's go. We're just waiting right now. Okay, here we go. What's your name?
Hey, it's Matt.
Matt?
Yep.
Matt, we got cheerleader from hell. We have power struggles, or we have weird. Which category do you want?
Let's go cheerleader from hell.
Cheerleader from hell. Okay. Who do you secretly wish would fail, and why?
I'm sorry, hold on one second. Could you repeat it? I was getting some feedback.
No problem. Who do you secretly wish would fail, and why? It's a tough question. It's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
And
I generally don't want anybody to fail.
Most people feel that way. And I am somebody who I believe that I don't want to see people fail. I love, if you know me at all, I love seeing people succeed. I love seeing people happy, even people that I don't know. I've said it many times. If I see them at a coffee shop, or I see them meeting for lunch and they hug each other and they haven't seen each other in a while, or I see a couple laughing in a car, I love that stuff. But I've got a few people I wouldn't mind seeing taking it in the ass.
I think if I were to say someone I want to see fail, just generally speaking, people who flaunt their wins.
What do you mean by that?
Like, people who post on Facebook of, oh, I'm doing this today, and oh, I'm doing that today, and life is so great and life is amazing, and I don't mind it every once in a while, but people who do it every day of, look what I'm doing now, isn't this great? And the people who are a little bit over it, you could just sense they're faking it. I want to see those people fail, and I want to see them fail hard. So they can learn what life is really about.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. I have a pet peeve about certain things, and I know it doesn't bother a lot of people. I find the people that go, look at how hard I'm working. Gary Vaynerchuk used to do it all the time, and I think he stopped. Gary V. He would always talk about
that's the guy that does that would go and do the buying stuff at garage sales and post about it and stuff like that. Is that who that guy?
Yeah, he used to do that. He also used to run a wine thing. He's a very motivational guy, and I really like Gary. He's been on the Lex and Terry show, and he and I have had some conversations behind the scenes on things. But I am doing this, and I'm out working so hard, and all that does is make people feel shitty. All that does is make people feel like, well, God, I'm not working. Thanks for letting me know how hard you work. Boy, what does that even accomplish? Obviously,
yes, I mean, I'm guilty of that too. I sometimes feel like I need to fail just so I can have a check myself moment. It's like people don't need to know what I'm doing every single day in my life. But, while it makes me feel good, you don't need, people who are really doing well in life and are really out there for the good, they're not posting it online for people to see. They're doing that just to get clout and stuff like that. The people who are doing really well in life, they ain't saying nothing. They're just doing it.
They're doing it. They're living. I saw this stat today where they talk about people following your Instagram account and all this other stuff. The follows are becoming less and less. The comments are becoming less and less. On the engagement on social media is becoming less and less because now AI is feeding the algorithm and you're just getting fed whatever it is and you don't even care. You don't even care
Yeah.
if you're following. You're just flipping by and flipping by. And I don't want to live my life on social media. It's obviously a tool to do something like this. Here I am on YouTube and Facebook and everything else doing this, but I don't want to live my entire life on it. You got to have some sort of privacy. But
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you on the original question of
Yeah.
who do you secretly wish would fail and why? And some of those people, I think they've already failed. The people that you're talking about. Otherwise, like you said, they wouldn't be online doing that all the time. Who are some
Yeah.
who are some of your favorite people to cheer for?
To
Let's
cheer for.
Yeah, let's flip this around a little bit. What quality in something that you see when somebody's trying something that you know, whether it's opening up a business or personally, when you see somebody that you just feel good for about them, what about their
Um,
what about their personality? What is it about you that makes you like them?
there's one guy, and he's not out there in social media land and all that stuff. He's not out there doing it. But there's this one guy that I ran into and I met last year during something called the Florida Man Games. If you know about it, then great. If not, Google it. But I met this guy and I got to know him. And then this year he went through some really bad stuff, like really, really bad stuff where he's lost, his wife basically ran off on him, and he's not a guy, he doesn't have any good job prospects, and he's basically being a single dad. And he's struggling really hard right now, but I'm like one of his biggest cheerleaders, and I really want him to succeed because he gives a crap. He's trying to do what's right for his kid, and that's where that's my soft spot, is when anybody says they're trying to do something for their kid and they're actually doing it. It's not just lip service. That's the people I want to reach out and help and support and cheerlead. Those people, not the people who are like, oh, I'm so struggling and all that. But hey, I'm struggling, but this is what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Action speaks
exactly.
louder than words.
Instead of looking for a handout, it's like, hey, if you can help, help. But here's what I'm going through, and if I even advice, sometimes just a thumbs up from somebody, showing somebody that you're out there looking at them and you see them a little bit, it could go a long way for people.
You do that for a lot of people, whether you know it or not. You've done that for me over the years. You do that for a lot of people, whether you know that or not.
Well, yeah, thank you. I'm just trying to be as real as I can, and I'm finding myself being more and more real, which I'm really enjoying. I'm really enjoying. And one of the things that I've talked about earlier is that I've learned to be disliked and be okay with it. And it took a long time for that. So,
Yeah.
so you have kids yourself then?
You have one.
Yeah. And how old?
Yep. She's 19.
19.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't get any ideas. No.
How rough?
We don't need the countdown. The countdown's over, sir.
Oh, no, I know. How rough is that? Because I'm not a father. I can't even imagine.
It's it's a little bit of a struggle. One thing I am grateful about is that she really doesn't have any interest in boys.
Really?
She doesn't have any interest in girls either. But she doesn't have any interest. She's like, I really don't care if I have a boyfriend or girlfriend. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not out there looking.
What a great attitude.
Yeah.
Where do you think she got that from?
One from me. One from her mother. I don't know where she got it from. It was not from us.
Do you think that that's an age thing right now? Because I've also read things where people in that age range, sex isn't the priority that it used to be. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just something that I've read where
I think honestly, I think the internet and social media has desensitized kids to the feeling to like sexual feelings. I really think it's desensitized a lot of kids over the years.
Yeah.
To where they're like, ain't no big deal anymore.
Yeah, you could see it anywhere. It's like when I was I went to here. I'm gonna brag about something, even though it's not really a brag. When Sherry and I went to Europe, and we were in Paris, and the drinking age there is, I don't even know what it is. All I know is it's super young. And you see
Seven.
kids that are like, 15, 16, 17 years old having wine at dinner with their folks,
Yeah.
and it's because, and then I've read that because of that, because it's so downplayed and it's such an everyday thing, that people don't binge drink. They don't act like, I gotta go get drunk when I'm 21. There's none of that happens there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's along the same lines of being desensitized to everything. You're probably right about that. What does your daughter want to do?
She doesn't know right now. She tried to do the college thing, and because she got pushed so hard by other people in high school, she got burned out a little bit. So she's just taking a little break right now and trying to figure life out, which is perfectly fine. I didn't know what the hell I want to do with my life at 19.
I still don't know.
So I'm, she'll get it figured out eventually. I'm not too rushed. I mean, she's still contributing to society. It's not like we're letting her freeload. I made her go get a full-time job and all this other stuff. So it's not like she's just sitting around staring at her phone all day. So
no, that's great.
So until she figures it out, then, we'll just do what we can.
Great. Well, Matt, I appreciate you, taking the time to talk today. It's been a pleasure talking to you, man.
I appreciate you too, sir. And I called you when you first started doing this. I called you, and we had a little heart to heart, and I got in my feels and all that stuff. But and ever since then, I've been kind of watching here and there, and I've been watching the Chaos Show and stuff like that, and it's generally made a difference for me. It's improved my attitude and all that stuff. So
thanks.
Without medication, which is always a great thing. So,
okay. Well, I'm going to write this down because I've been looking for what this show does for people, and if it improves attitude, I'm good with this.
like I said in the chat a minute ago, it allows people who are seeking therapy a way to have that outlet without having the stigma of having to go through the hoops through insurance and doctors and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Well, thanks for the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy. All right. So we've got two more questions we can do. We got two more categories. We have power struggles and we have weird. And one of these, at least one of these is nasties. He didn't choose the nasty one yet, but I appreciate that. That was a really good call, Matt. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. This is a brand new thing that's going on. I'm really trying to figure things out, including like logos and colors and they want you to have a specific time that you can always do this. And I need to find out what that time is going to be. So we got two categories now, power struggles or weird. Call that number right now that's listed on the screen and you'll be the next caller. So like I was talking about earlier, I do have somebody who would like to help out with this show, just like me, doesn't really know what he's doing. So that's perfect. And it's like, we were talking yesterday. I'm like, I'm not looking for a producer or an employee. I'm looking for a partner because this is a lot of fun. I don't know what this could be, if anything. I just know that I'm really enjoying the phone calls and we need somebody to call right now. If somebody would do that line right now, let me take a look and see what's in the chat. Hello to everybody on Facebook. Tons of people on Facebook right now. Hi. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Good to have you here. And hello to Twitch as well. You guys are keeping the show going. I love live streaming. And I have no problem sitting here waiting for somebody to call the number and answer one of these questions. But like I've suggested before, only call if you're in a good position to do so. And by that, I mean, you're not at work and someone's looking over your shoulder, or your wife's walking by when we're talking about dirty things or something like that. So get the calls coming, and I'd love to hear from you guys. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the chat right now, see what everybody's saying. Hello, chat. M wanted the nasty one. The nasty one, hey, it's still available. Still waiting for somebody to call. I've been listening to you since I was a teenager. Hope you never retire. Alan, I don't have any plans to. I don't, I don't want to retire. I do think we need to start rethinking how things are done. All this modern technology is changing a lot of different things. I remember when I moved to Seattle and everybody else was in Dallas. People were like, "Oh my God, the show's ending." But no, I only did that because I had to and I could. There are technological ways you can do things, and now it's even getting easier. I don't even know why people even have studios anymore. So there's that as well. Let's see what TC Durst. Terry, keep it up. Would love to see the Lex and Terry show streamed live. Good luck to you, you young looking SOB. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We are working on some things behind the scenes for Lex and Terry that will involve. Right now, it's sudden death. We're trying to tackle things during sudden death to make sudden death more visual for people, to make it a little bit more fun for those of the people that are in the chat room. Now, the chat room on Lex and Terry's sudden death, a lot of the chat room ruined it for other people in there. I don't mind saying it, but if we just keep things going and make those offers and do things like that, it should be pretty good. And it doesn't look like anyone else wants to call. Doesn't look like anyone else wants to call. That number, there it is right there, 310-600-7764. I'll wait. I will wait. Let's see here. It's Ryan. I called. Let's see all these people. James. There's that. Let's see here. Zach. I think it shows really where people can work through their problems. That Zach. Let's see here. Like who's eating biscuits? Who likes eating biscuits? Okay. Danny. It's good. Lee. Good to see you. Great categories. Cheerleader from hell. They want to pick that one. Allison, thank you for your comments, by the way. Earlier on, I asked, who do you think this show is for? Because people have been asking, who's this show for? And I'm like, I don't know. Which, by the way, not a good thing when a program director from a radio company asks you, because they like the idea of the show, and ask you if you would put it on the air as a regular show. And then they said, who's the show for? And I went, I don't know. Didn't go over real well. Allison, I think it could be for anyone. It's definitely a challenge to call. That's true. I think everyone calls is looking for some sort of connection. Connection could be many different forms, but I think you're right about that, Allison. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. And it wasn't so people could have a connection, just so I could have a connection with people. Very selfish reasons. Hello from Oklahoma City, Lex's favorite state. Hello, Mark. Hello, Tashana from Oklahoma, and Mike again, and everybody else. Appreciate all the nice mentions and everything in the Zoom. But if people aren't calling, they're not calling. People aren't calling. There's two more categories to choose from. There's power struggles, and there's weird. One of them is a dirty one. And maybe it's because I said that I'm going to do a dirty one. Maybe people don't want to do that. Maybe people don't want to expose how many people they banged before they were 15 years old. But that's a simple question. All you got to do is answer it. Then the conversation goes on from there. That's not one of them today, by the way. But I'll wait here for another few minutes. And I will remind you guys that we'll be back live on Lex and Terry on Monday. We're going to be streaming live again tonight with Taint and Uli on the Chaos show, which is fantastic. I love doing the Chaos show. It's so fun. And I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be talking about today. I know Uli got some new equipment. They're working on a website. We're working on all kinds of things there. So, making things happen. People want the nasty one, then call for it. Okay? Just call for it. All right, here we go. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Mark from Oklahoma City.
Mark?
Yes, sir.
Power struggles or weird?
I've been debating this. Let's take power struggles.
Power struggles. Okay. Well, boy, that means this is not the nasty one. by the way. So you lucked out there. But that means weird is. Okay. When's the last time you truly felt powerless? Where you felt like I got no dog in this. I can't do anything right now.
That's actually easy for me to answer. A couple of months ago, for a company I worked for based out of Oklahoma. Oddly enough, their name's on our basketball arena, and some issues had happened. And honestly, it was like one of these things where, like, realized I was powerless because me, a bunch of our other employees, like, you know, bringing up these issues to HR, not a darn thing was done about it. So, best interest in mind, like, left the company for mental health reasons, and pretty much like, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it a horrible feeling?
Yes.
Especially when you know you're probably on the right side, or even that you just want to be heard.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But it's weird because I went to this meeting maybe about 2 years ago when I was living downtown in Seattle, and they had this meeting where they were deciding where they were going to put some sort of homeless shelter or something like that. So I was getting involved in the community, you know, I wanted to know what was going on. It was very obvious that they didn't give a damn what anybody said. They were just going to do what they went, and everybody there felt powerless. It was a horrible feeling, and especially when it's something that, like, at your job, you know, I'm sure that the people will go, hey, it's our business. Either you work for us or you don't. We want things done a certain way. How do you feel about things like that?
I don't mind having an issue following orders, like, by no means. Like, honestly, I mean, I was kind of employee, like, show up to work, kind of like head down, do my job. But when it turns into, like, oh, I really don't know how to describe this other than boss pretty much just, like, always, like, over your shoulder, like, constantly inspecting your work, even though they know your stuff's done and is done to their specifications. And yeah.
So how are things going for you now? Have you landed on your feet? Have you figured out some things, or what?
Well, I'm actually still searching for employment. I've honestly, I can't say this. I've applied, went to interview after interview after interview, and nothing. Like, I kind of feel like powerless. Like, you know, like, just not saying I want to just, like, give up, but, you know, like, that dog in me, you know, just, like, keep applying, keep going. You'll land something. But it's just, like, right now, not having, like, employment and, you know, bills and everything, you know, kind of piling up, like, feeling that pressure for, honestly, the first time in my life. I'm 33, and, you know, hey, like, I understand most Americans at this moment are either in a worse situation than I am, or in the same boat that I am. So, yeah.
No, I completely get it. I just think that there are things that you can do. And like you said, it's, you know, you're just getting beat down. You keep applying and keep it applying. And it's very hard to keep a positive attitude about things. And when you have your mortgage due and you have all these bills and you don't have any income and you see your savings going down and down and down,
yes,
it's a scary moment. And I believe that leads you to making bad decisions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it firsthand.
Like how?
Pretty much like, okay, when I was younger, I went to a facility here in Oklahoma called Job Corps. It's a government paid facility where you can go get your high school diploma, your GED, and learn, like, a trade. So like, okay, I graduated, and a bunch of the kids and stuff that I went there with, like after the program and stuff, couldn't like necessarily get like welding jobs or like whatever jobs that they were going to Job Corps for their trade. Wound up like drugs, either dead for selling drugs or, you know, rehab, or like, you know, cause I get it, like mentally, in their head, probably like what is going on? Why can I not like get a job that I applied for in all of this? I was in the same boat when I left Job Corps. Left Job Corps, go apply for welding jobs. Do you have 5 years experience in the welding field? No, I just graduated a welding school. Sorry, kid. Like,
Yeah.
like go to a bank, ask for a loan, go get a truck, go get a welding equipment, and then like come back in like 5, 6 years. I don't know any bank that is going to just give like a huge loan, you know, to somebody that's, when I graduated, I wasn't even like in my 20s, yet alone gives like a 19-year-old that much money. And then, you know, banks going to be like, we want our money back and stuff like this. And so I kind of just like put that beside me. And yeah, but I can say witnessing like a bunch of my buddies and stuff go down, you know, that road of like hard drugs and alcohol. Yes.
So do you wish you wouldn't have, now you quit your job, right? Did I misunderstand that? I
did.
Okay. Do you wish you didn't?
Yes, I did. Or yes, I do.
Yeah. I've had the same feeling that you have. And it was early on into life, and I learned early on, and you've probably heard all this advice from many, many people. Make plans and, you know, have another job before you quit the job you can't stand, you know.
Yes.
Just for this reason alone, because you end up making bad decisions. You end up taking something that's worse. You end up feeling worse and worse and worse when you could just bite the bullet, take your paycheck while you're learning another skill or while you're applying other places. So, man, I really wish you the best of luck. Thanks for being so honest. I really appreciate it, man.
Hey, no issue, Jerry. I mean, hell, you guys have been honest with us all these years, so I feel it's us for us as viewers and listeners to be honest with y'all.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Have a great rest of the day, man.
You too, Terry. Thank you.
All right, guys. It's time for, the last one. The last call, the last question, is the nasty one. So let me go ahead and put this thing up. Call that number. The category is weird, and we will ask you I will ask you it's going to be of a nastier question, but I don't know where it's going to lead. So let's see if anybody's got the balls enough to do this. And let's see here. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm looking at it. It's not all that bad. Don't be afraid, people. Let me check out the chat. See what's going on in the chat. I appreciate everybody here. Let's see here. Thanks to everybody who's watching on Twitch and YouTube and on Facebook. Where'd the chat go? Where did I do? See, this is where it's going to help me to have some help. Hello, Sandy. Hello to Lee. It says Lee said I would call, but I was going to choose weird. Oh, and it says, but picking up the daughter from high school. Oh, I would have loved to ask Lee this question. So I'll wait. I'll wait a few minutes till somebody decides to call that number. In the meantime, if anybody has any questions in the chat, I'd be glad to answer those while we're waiting for somebody to call. That's what I love about this live stream. God, I love this. This is so fun. I'll take this time to also let people know that right here, if you're following on my YouTube page, and I've been talking about it for a while, that Sherry and I are going to be doing some Gang of Two again, but it's only going to be quick emails and questions for people, but I'm choosing the juiciest ones. I don't want anything that's not juicy. I want it to be happening. And so we're going to be doing that here soon on my YouTube page. So Sandra, I got an Amex card at 18. That's nice. Hello from the UK. Nice to see you, Marek. Marek, good to see you. I'm loving to have that new people are stumbling across this right now. We're waiting for somebody to call. If you're just tuning in, we've had 3 questions. We have 3 questions on every show. We've already done the power struggles. We've already done the cheerleader from hell category. The last category, and like I've said, it's brand new, is that I'm going to do something a little racier, a little nastier. At least 1 question per show. We'll do that. When do you go live on Lexington City YouTube video? I don't know what that means, but I would love to. What does that mean, Mark? What does that mean? Sandra bought a house at 21 years old. Good for you. Good for people in the chat. I like seeing what you guys do. But call that number. Call now. Call now if you're ready to answer the weird question. How about you, UK? Call that number. It's the weird category. It's the weird category. I'm trying to inject a little bit more humor on this show. Why not? You know, that's kind of what I do for a living. Although I do love the serious conversations as well. I really do. When will you go? Let's see here. Anybody else? Nobody? Nobody? Just waiting. Just waiting, guys. I love these small audience right now because it is we're starting. This is show number 8. You know, all people the talk online, the buzz is really good. People really enjoying the outlet. People really enjoying the deeper conversations and the fun conversations. So people are dying to see what the nasty question is. But we'll wait. I'm gonna wait another 8 minutes for somebody to call. If not, I'm just gonna put this in line for the very next show that we do. Like I've said, I'm trying to find a regular time slot for this show. Nobody knows when to find it. Nobody really knows where to find it because it's all over the place. So thanks to everybody who's on Twitch and who is on YouTube and who is on Facebook. I appreciate it. And yeah, it's really fun to watch the audience go around. Terry is the bomb. Call him. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it. Yeah. Listen, I don't take this personal. I don't take this personal. Just a lot of people aren't in a position to call. And there's not a lot of people on here right now to choose from. So I'll just wait. I'm hot as hell, by the way. I went to the gym today, and I've already had 2 espressos. I'm working hard at working hard on working out. I don't want to be that guy that takes videos of himself at the gym. Look at me work out. A lot of people do that. Tell you what, I'll make you a promise. If I ever get in the shape that I want to get in at my age, I'll share everything I've learned with you guys. I'm practicing supplements right now, doing some Go Cleanse stuff. I'm doing a lot of different workout strategies and stretching techniques and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like I'm 1,000 years old. God, it's brutal. I feel like I've never done anything I played basketball in high school and college and in Australia. Active and athletic my entire life. And now I feel like I can't even throw a piece of wadded up paper into a trash can from 5 feet away anymore. It's the weirdest thing ever. I could call if you don't mind talking to somebody 3 times now. Let's hold off on that for a second, Zach. I appreciate the offer though. Thank you. I'd like to scare the hell out of somebody else. You don't frighten easily. You guys are great. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for being here and sharing the show and everything else and commenting. But we got one more question, one more category. For those of you that are just tuning in, we've already talked about power struggles. When was the last time you truly felt powerless? Had a little talk about that. Guy quit his job, probably shouldn't have. We heard from Matt about who he secretly wished would fail and why he really kind of wants those people that talk about how great and how hard they work online to fail. He wants that, which I understand that. But now we got a nasty question. We got a dirty one. Is anybody ballsy enough to do it? Anybody ballsy? No? No? Let's see here. Terry is better than Dr. Phil. You know, it's weird because I've spent my entire life, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I spent my entire life wanting to do something that helps people. And in everything that I have done, whether it's Terry James Alive or T11 or even the Lex and Terry show or anything like that, even on Chaos, there's always an element on our Chaos podcast. And you'll see that tonight where it gets a little serious. And I've studied a lot of this stuff, and I have got a very close to being able to call myself official when it comes to that, but I don't think I ever want to do that. I don't think I ever want to be, even if I had my doctorate in psychology or something like that, I don't think that I would do anything. I just like having real conversations. And last week I asked you guys for advice and you gave me some great advice. Hello, Kelly from Jacksonville. Do you want to do a little, a call? You want to call that number if you want. It's going to be a dirty question. You'll know right away. It's going to be one of those. So don't call if you're not ballsy enough. I'm going to wait for just a little bit. Is it hot in Seattle? It is 75 degrees, and that is hot here for Seattle. 75, zero humidity. This is a normal summer day, not a cloud in the sky. Got kind of a breeze going because I live right by the water. So, you know, it's this is the best and only time to be in Seattle, Washington. Other than that, this place could F off. God, do I want to move. Except for this time of year. Everyone's going, where are you going on? You're on vacation right now. Why don't you go somewhere? Well, it's because I put in my time. I lived through those fall and winter months. And spring even. Spring is horrible here. I did my time. I bought, this is what it's about. This is why you're here. I don't want to go anywhere. People come here for vacation. It's fun when I have people come and visit me from Florida or even Jeff from Oklahoma City, who came out here just like last week. They're blown away at the temperature here. Merrick, when you go live on YouTube with LNT, when will I go live on YouTube? We will. We're working on that. We're working on that right now. There's a couple of hurdles we have to do, but we are all right now getting some new equipment that is going to, number one, enhance our sudden death show. And who knows? Who knows what that's going to do? I don't want to say anything right now. We have a lot of testing to do still. I have been a guilty as charged as somebody who says they're going to do something because in my mind, it sounds so simple. It's going to get done. We got this. It's going to happen. And then there's some sort of technical reason why it can't happen. And that's it. Sandra talking about high heels and hot dogs. Yes, I have definite opinions on high heels and hot dogs. Those are the only things I really am passionate about. Hot dogs. I love hot dogs. I probably shouldn't eat them. Last time I had one was just a few days ago. Mustard and onion only. You put ketchup on a hot dog, I got a problem with you. I don't care how much you try to sell it. I just think if you're putting ketchup on a hot dog, you're 9 years old. Not even that. 9-year-olds or even go, God, that's for a 4-year-old. High heels, very important to me. I know it sounds sexist. I know it sounds like I'm objectifying women, but the higher, the better. And I just think that when I see a woman walk in really high heels, it's not like I have a high heel fetish and look at shoes and get all excited. But when I see a woman walk in high heels without stumbling all over herself, she's one of two things: super confident or a stripper. And I like both. Anybody else? Anybody want to call? Anybody want to do it? Anybody? Sandra says, I'm the bartender of radio. That's a great quote. That is fantastic. I'm writing this down, Sandra. The bartender of radio. The bartender of the internet. How about that? But then again, people are going to go, well, you're not even talking about drinks. Yeah, well, I'll be doing some of that at some point. Nobody called. I'm going to save it. I am going to save the weird question for the next show. I will have other questions, but I appreciate you guys taking the time to call and to follow along here. Thank you so much. If you're on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitch, this is a thing where I do know that, not a lot of people are watching, and those of our who are watching are just snooping. They're not ready to call the show. Although we had 2 great calls today. I appreciate both of you for calling, and I will talk to you guys next time. I'll give you a heads up on when I'm doing this. I am in the process of working on a regular time and day for this show. Maybe even I'd love to do it twice a week. But this week, I plan on doing a bunch of these. I will probably do this again tomorrow. I'll probably do it later at night over the weekend. And I'm just really trying to find that right time frame where most people are watching. And not only that, where most people aren't at work and they could call and have a real conversation. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. And tune into Chaos tonight on YouTube. Look for the Chaos Show. I don't even know where you find it. We are working on a website right now. We have the Chaos Pod, which is on Instagram. We have that. We have a Chaos Show Facebook page, but we'll be streaming it live. So thank you so much. Appreciate you guys so much, and we will talk to you a little bit later. Bye-bye.